So this is going to be a sort of episode 0 in our coding series. So we kind of already have 2 of, but I thought it was only wise to make a episode on why on earth you should even start to code in the first place in HTML. Like, what are the uses for it, like the benefits of it, specifically for HTML, and then for coding in general. Like, what can you do with HTML? So that's what this episode is going to be over. So what even is HTML? Well, it stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it's a code that makes websites look the way they do. Things like Google, YouTube, and even Facebook all use HTML. It is even considered one of the easiest coding languages to learn and use. So out of the hundreds of coding languages, why HTML? One thing you can do with HTML is you can design your own website or blog just the way you want it. You can add text, images, links, and all sorts of cool stuff to make it look awesome. And the layout and design, all under your control. So if you've ever wanted to make your own little corner of the internet, HTML is the way to go. Additionally, HTML enables you to design a responsive website. We've all gone on a website on our phone and seen some very funky things. Perhaps something hasn't loaded incorrectly, or maybe something's just not correctly sizing in. That's all from incorrect HTML usage. With HTML, you can make sure your website looks great on any device, including those pesky smartphones and tablets. Last but not least, creating a website using HTML is a cost-effective way to have an online presence. Instead of relying on other people to make your website, you can do it yourself. People will charge upwards of $100 to even $1,000 for a website, but when you do it yourself, it'll be drastically less. And trust me, it's not as hard as it may seem. As said before, it is considered one of the easiest languages to learn. As you already probably know, there are hundreds of types of coding languages, so why choose HTML? HTML as a hypertext language is very varied compared to other languages such as XML and LaTeX. HTML is also extremely popular, so if you ever have any questions, there's a huge community of people who can provide advice. HTML also works in all popular browsers such as Google Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Safari, Opera, and Internet Explorer, while LaTeX and XML are not normally used for browsers. There are also built-in extensions for XML to be fair, but doing all this can be quite the hassle, especially as a beginner in coding. So in the end, you should definitely learn HTML.